time.
Yeah, ayo, facts. I see you in here, nigga. Why you not talking?
No, Uzi's not selling more than he sold with EA.
Nah, I wanted to talk to you about
nigga. Shut the fuck up and let Act talk.
Yo, hold on, yo. Let my nigga Facts get on real quick. Facts, what's cracking, nigga?
Yo, what up, my boy? I wanted to talk about Meek Mill because Meek about to drop, right? So
is it?
This is just me, right? I feel like we about to get a sad boy Meek that's going to be inspired by his artist Vory. Real talk.
Huh?
That's an interesting statement.
Wait, you think we're gonna get a sad Meek?
We about to get that sad boy Meek Mill. He about to change his whole shit up. I feel like.
Oh wow!
This nigga said Meek Mill gonna turn a little
taking the torch from Kevin Samuels. I'm more excited about that.
Meek made sad music.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like these days, I'm excited about for Meek. I think Meek is more than music. I think he's like doing good shit in business these days. And like, I seen the Liz acquisition, like he's part of that. The Michelin Nest stuff. Like, I think Meek is more focused on music, on business. I don't think he's necessarily thinking like, yo, I'm about to go take over the streets again.
So the sad part about Meek's story though is that the artist that he did when Meek was transforming into being a boss, the artist that he was backing passed away, or like the other ones since then, he's been kind of jaded with. But like I always felt like Meek should be focused on the transition from same way like his former label owner, Rick Ross is, the boss status. You got to elevate your brand at some point.
Y'all listen to Vory. You know who Vory is?
Nah, Vory's the problem.
Vory.
Yeah, honestly carried it down the album, to be real. But niggas don't know.
That's a fact. Oh God, he did. He had 4 features in that shit.
Yeah, Vory is one of them niggas. I feel like Meek Mill hit a gold mine once he signed Vory. Real talk.
The question is Meek Mill the type of label owner or person that can really big up his artist though in the same way that
no, Kyrie, you already know the answer to that question.
It's a question still because that's
a good question, Kyrie. The reason why I was saying that's a good question is because I think for Vory, like put it like this, right? Like I think we're kind of familiar with Vory stuff because we heard him on Donna, this and third. But for him to truly be a star, Meek has to use his stardom to push Vory's stardom. And it's one of those things where like you have to like selfishly push, like it doesn't just happen because that's the reason he signed to you. You gotta now make him a star and take the back seat. It's almost like passing a torch. Imagine if Wayne wasn't down to just like, push Drake the way he did and kind of like even, take a back seat on certain shit or be humble enough to be like, yo, imagine Wayne be like, yo, nigga, I'm not sharing no fucking track with no Drake. Like, fuck that nigga. Like, the only person I'm going to go back and forth with is Jay-Z. Why am I going to do it with a nigga like Drake? I signed him already. No, but you need to do that to push him.
I think to further that conversation, though, I think Vory, unlike with Meek Mill when he was standing next to Ross, it's very comparable. You know what I'm saying? I don't quite know if Vory's music and style is comparable to Meek, where it will sound good next to each other and also look good next to each other. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't heard. Wait. So you got to listen to their music because they made music before.
No, they have made music before, but the music that they made, hold on, with the music that they made before, it didn't reach to a level in which we know Vory from Meek, though. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know Vory. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just say this. I ain't even know Vory was signed to Meek Mill until I did research, right? So what I'm gonna say is this. Vory is a fucking star. What Ack's saying is correct. Meek needs to be giving him them looks and all of that shit. But even when I interviewed Vory, the nigga is so humble. The nigga is he's a star, bro. He got that star. He's a fucking star.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I would call him a star because a part of being a star is being visible, and he's not visible.
Yeah, who the fuck? Nobody,
bro. He ain't dropped. So now we gotta think about it. He didn't drop in 2 years. When you get signed, y'all know how that whole shit go.
Well, then that goes back to a question: is Meek managing the situation correctly, or is he not tapped in to manage that situation correctly? If I just did 4 songs on Donda, I should have a project out right now.
Look, Vory about to drop an album. He about to drop his album.
About to and having it out right now is 2 different things, though.
That's a fact.
Bro,
that's a fact.
Everybody that's joined Dream Chasers, all the Meek's artists, if they don't leave him, they end up being dead or unsuccessful, bro. Like,
that's unfortunate and slightly it's unfortunate because the thing is, if Meek would have kept, if Snoop was still alive, Meek probably wouldn't even be rapping no more. If I'm gonna be real,
bro, Meek would be like Gucci, bro. Like he would be like that type of nigga. Like to the people where he from, like in Philly, he would be the nigga that's in charge of all that shit, bringing all the young talent in. I see
only
trying to
thing.
do that.
The only thing, and by the way, I think when somebody just brought up Gucci, like I think that's an interesting person to bring up because I think Gucci's only at the point of his career now where he's okay with like I don't know if y'all have ever like really been around artists and talked to them. These guys are so self-absorbed. This is why Everyday Show used to be like hard because everybody only know like they're so self-absorbed to what they got going into. It's hard for them to think about and focus on other people. So when you think about an artist becoming an executive, right? Like again, you need them at some point to focus all their energy on the artist. And one thing about Meek, and I don't know if it's a knock, but I think it goes just into ego and maybe one of the reasons he was great is like, man, I think Meek just always wanted to be the guy. You know what I mean? I don't like maybe the CEO stuff and the label stuff is a little bit newer because he realizes that maybe like he can't be the guy to that extent anymore. He's still a guy, but like he can't be. He's not gonna be more relevant than the Lil Baby, so why not just put a nigga on? But like, there's a part of a lot of people's careers where they're running a race, and the race is like, yo, I gotta be the guy. It's not about somebody on my team is the guy. That was the great thing about Rick Ross. With Rick Ross, he was quick to say, I don't give a fuck if it's me or it's somebody who's on my team. We eating, and I could talk about them like I'm talking about me. You know what I mean? I think you want to be the guy.
I think Lil Baby is a better executive than Meek Mill right now, and an artist.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back to what Kyrie was saying real quick. 1 second, yo. So what I'm gonna say is this, right? To Kyrie, what you were saying, yo, you're totally right. He do need to drop music, but I will say this, Vory, whoever y'all think the face of QC is, Vory is that of Dream Chasers. Respectfully.
But that's the thing.
Hold on.
It's hard.
We only know one artist on Dream Chasers. Here's the difference, though. We only know one artist on Dream Chasers as opposed to QC.
Nigga, Atlanta niggas in general can hold artists better than like majority of these niggas because they stay together. They're not self-absorbed like the rest of these niggas. Like 21 Savage could probably do it if he really wanted to. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Meek Mill he's too into himself to really manage other artists. That's why fucking Roddy Ricch left. Like, come on, be honest, bro.
We can't say that right now because Meek is changing, bro. He's changing. Like
I agree with that. I think Meek is growing up. I definitely think Meek is growing up.
I think this shit is like how Akademiks was saying, like with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane went through an era where he was like putting rappers on, and just like doing mixtapes with them and all of that. To then he just started taking them same rappers that he was putting on and just start signing them. So eventually, maybe Meek could get to that point where he know how to work it. But right now,
I hope he gets to it sooner than later. The reason why is that I feel like Meek is starting to build up a resentment to the industry based on all he did because I think Meek thinks about shit like a hood nigga and not like a businessman. For example, right? Meek, he's upset with Tory over Melly. Well, brother, you got to get her on paperwork. It's not about you showed her love and put her on tour. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever the situation is with you and Roddy, but look at it. Roddy was being helped by Nipsey and other people. He's not looking at it like that. So I think if anything, Meek is just in the era of where Gucci Mane was at when he was putting people on and not thinking about the business. A lot of people that Gucci put on, that's why P has so much love for Gucci. A lot of people that Gucci put on ended up with P, Migos included. You get what I mean? And what he did was once he learned the business, he was like, all right, cool. Now let me build my own shit. Because I'm looking at Meek. If Meek had signed Roddy, and if Meek had signed who else? If Meek had signed Roddy, if Meek had signed Melly, if Meek had signed I heard he was showing love to Young Blue. You know what I mean? So it's like he's showing love to people, but like that's the same type of way how Gucci was, but Gucci wasn't mad when other niggas signed him. Like it felt like Meek fell away. He just got to get on that, get to that.
Yeah,
area.
it seems like Meek tends to leave artists with a bad taste in their mouth, whereas Gucci will pass you on to somebody to put you in a good position still.
True.
So, but I do think Meek. The interesting thing about Meek is Meek had multiple times in which that's why I feel like sometimes it's unfair to call him unsuccessful at, because he has been successful in the artists that he picks. He never picked no scrub for real.
So that's a fact. Even when
the ability for him to pick solid artists is definitely there. The question is he? We know how Meek is. It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the most important thing. The reason why I was signed to an artist, right? Like everybody's already, like, you don't even have to be an artist to think about signing to another artist. You're gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna kind of be cautious. People are being cautious already. What you have to do is you got to make that person feel like you're gonna be 100% in their corner. And my only concern about with Meek is like, yo, if I go into a team, right? Let's go to NBA, right? And I feel like the coach, say it's a coach player, right? Because that's what you sign to another artist is. And say the coach is more concerned with padding his stats more than developing me. No, I'd rather go to the other team that's going to make sure that in the next 5 years, I'm going to be the guy. You know what I mean? Like, I think for Meek, and I think that's why this last year has been important, he had to give up on the possibility of being the guy again. It's over. And there's nothing wrong with it. You had a run. You had a phenomenal run. You're a legend because of that run. But if you think that you're going to still be competing with Lil Babies and Moneybagg Yo's and whoever else the new hot guy is in terms of whatever, like, you're going to always hold everybody back on your roster because you're thinking of yourself as the LeBron, but you're not LeBron. Think about an NBA team. Once a franchise player gets washed, bro, you get him out of there, or you got to get the new guy in and you pretty much make it known to the old guy like, yo, we're building the team around him, right?
Well, I think to even go further than that, I think honestly, no artist should be signed to another artist if the artist that they're signing to is not focused on being.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna sign to an artist, right? Why would you sign to an artist who's not, like, for instance, CMG is a prime example of somebody like that's an artist that you're signing to, but his focus is not being an artist, is being a mogul.
Yo, Ak.
I understand.
Yo, Ak, I gotta talk to you on behalf of the chat. Everybody's telling you to check YoungBoy's label IG